64,000 is the median number of words per book. Average person reads about 200 words per minute. Simple math will tell us that is one book in 320 minutes. To accomplish this in 7 days, numbers say you would have to read for 45 minutes a day. Don't forget to subscribe. Hit that notification button, like, comment, and share. Enjoy. Hello, and happy day. How does slowing down sound to you today? Would you like to reduce the noise for just a bit? Are you ready to make a choice and decide to listen? My name is Igor SF Walker. I am here to remind people to slow down, to reduce the noise, to walk their lives into a natural flow. Welcome back to the Book of the Week series. Every week, as I read another amazing title, I share it with the world. And today, we look at awakening the planetary mind beyond the trauma of the past to a new era of creativity by Barbara Hand Clough. In this video, we explore human evolution over the past 100,000 years based on the latest discoveries in archaeology, mythology, and earth sciences. A recent global scientific data convergence reveals that a great cataclysm occurred only 11,500 years ago. The late Pleistocene extinctions, according to geology, and the flood, according to theologians. Evolution occurs by cyclical time, not by clock time, which was invented around 500 years ago. Stick around till the end. I will share with you some tools I have in use that will help you tremendously in this game of life. Discover a way to find out what actually motivates you, what innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. I will share some tools to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management. Today, many scientists are describing the real story of Earth's past based on geological, biological, paleontological, and archaeological knowledge from new dating techniques, ice core drilling, ocean sediment cores, and computer imaging technology. Most scientists agree that a series of cataclysms occurred 14,000 to 11,500 years ago. We also know a lot about the follow-up Earth changes, such as the Black Sea flood in the 5600 BC and the eruption of Thera on Santorini in 1600 BC. During those terrible times, our planet was afflicted with floods, erupting volcanoes, earthquakes, and massive waves of death. And we were reduced to bare survivalism. Now, as a result of more data on cross-cultural global mythology, settlement patterns, and geoarchaeology, we are achieving a global memory of our recent past. As we enter the 21st century, Earth is being stirred by an extraordinary series of astronomical cycles. New winter light pierces the heart of the galaxy as Earth awakens to a new level of evolutionary potential. Our solar system is moving out of the Orion Arm into a dark region of the Milky Way galaxy. Earth is processing out of the age of Pisces into the age of Aquarius, as Earth's north celestial pole moves to the star Polaris, and the intersection of the plane of our solar system and the plane of our galaxy is in conjunction with the winter solstice sun. During the 26,000-year-long precessional cycle called the Great Year by the Greeks. These intersection lines, the galactic axis, is closely aspected by the winter solstice sun for 25 years from 1987 to 2012. According to native legacies and the teachings of many sages, the new energy coming to Earth from the galactic center informs us that we are a wounded species afflicted with global collective fear. Now, as we heal this fear, we remember the cosmic knowledge, and then the galactic waves can activate our brains. There's irrefutable evidence of a global maritime civilization from before the Great Cataclysm. Just like today, many people prefer living by the sea. For thousands of years after the disaster, the seas were rising, and we suffered great climatic, geophysical, and social instability. World civilization became possible again only during the Age of Taurus. After the cataclysm, the Age of Leo was a partial age, when humans began their first experience with an altered sky and landscape, as is widely reported in mythology. Sages and gods assumed authority among chaos, and they assisted survivors. The story of the evolution of consciousness is wonderful. During the Age of Leo, we separated our identities into gods and humans. During the Age of Cancer, we discovered that Earth's women are the goddesses of internal birthing with their consorts. During the Age of Gemini, we became fascinated with order and time. During the Age of Taurus, we organized ourselves into cities. During the Age of Aries, we fought for control over these cities and temples. And during the Age of Pisces, we sought connection with spiritual realms to heal our species. And while we lived these experiences, we worshipped gods while being controlled by their representatives. As we went through these phases, each agenda was piled on the agenda of the next age. And so our collective consciousness is like a layer cake. During great seasonal shifts, passivity is lethal. To survive during rapid and chaotic change, we must invent new ways of living that will sustain new reality that is emerging. Furthermore, we must recover our pre-catastrophic ability to harmonize with Earth, an ability we have been gradually losing since 9,500 years ago, BC. The newly emerging sciences invented a theory of Earth's evolution called uniformitarianism. Geological and biological change is very slow and gradual. Now, science has shifted to catastrophism. Periodic, instantaneous geological and biological cataclysms occur in between long periods of slow change. Cities have become huge economic machines, fueled by people who desire material comfort at any cost. The fear of scarcity drove us to invent agriculture, and now we connect to each other in cyberspace. Previously, we aligned with nature as hunter-gatherers and horticulturalists. What has been accomplished materially since 9,500 BC is amazing. We have proved that we can create almost anything. Yet why are we so worried about the future? We fear potential scarcity during this time of awesome plenty. Geomancy is the study of how humans interact with Earth's subtle but measurable forces. It is a science for living harmoniously with Earth. Vestiges of this science can be found in megalithic sites all over the world, because long ago archaic people used geomancy to detect Earth energy. Geomancy has established that megalithic and cyclopean structures often mark vortexes, or places where powerful telluric or inner Earth forces circulate and respond to cosmic cycles. But nobody really knows why these structures were built. Often when modern science discovers a new technology, we can suddenly see that archaic people have already been using it. For example, sonics. Sound technology was probably used to levitate huge stones. Millions have heard that ancient sacred sites are astronomically aligned and located in places known to access potent Earth forces. Many people who visit these sites find they can feel subtle energetic differentials in these sacred places, causing them to feel time warps, déjà vu, and the presence of nearly visible entities. Visiting these places sometimes activates very deep and dark emotions, which can disturb unresolved emotional conflicts, such as catastrophobia. This is because the forces of the dark and the light intersect in places where the geomantic energy is strong, and people report a wide range of emotional responses to this. Matter precipitates out of abstract form by our thoughts. More simply put, our ideas create the things that appear in our material world. Of course, there are many other orders of creation, such as minerals, plants, and animals. Surely we are more than fallen sinners who can never recover from the trauma lurking back in the mists of time. Cauchy describes a vibrational world in which the creation of realities by thought requires the reception of energy throughout the whole body, not just thinking in the head. We are conditioned to avoid unpleasant ideas that force us to face inner darkness, because if we face ourselves, nobody can control us. As paradise comes to earth, our bodies need fine-tuning to receive these subtle frequencies. Subtle glands that access very high frequencies, such as the hypothalamus and the thymus, are activating now. And if we have massive emotional blocks, our physical bodies cannot handle the secretion of these glands. The global recovery of archaic memories is causing a mind-bending spiritual crisis that it's reaching its apotheosis due to time acceleration. It is important to realize that time acceleration is causing old ways to end, not our planet. Of course, many people cling to the old ways as people look deep within and face their hidden violence and heartlessness. Personal boundaries dissolve and connection with nature intensifies exponentially. People sense that their own inner anger and fear is related to the pain in the world, so they feel Rwanda, Bosnia, Iraq, Afghanistan, Libya, and Egypt, which opens their hearts. Remarkably, each time a person lets go of his or her need to be separate from the whole, deeply honest encounters with the self cause miracles to happen. The truth is, we live in a world that is controlled by covert elite groups. that are strangling the human heart. These elite members come out of the old wealthy families who supply individuals for the important positions in politics, religion, medicine, banking, and in business. This is not news. However, how they use their power is not well understood. They use the forbidden arts of the fallen angels, creation by thought, astrology, natural healing, and alchemy, while simultaneously debunking these arts, so no one else will be able to use these powers or be able to see what they are actually doing to control the world. The elite need the forbidden arts. But why? Because when the planet is functional and healthy, people live in small bioregions. And they know how to use these forces to live in harmony with the land and maintain their freedom. They cannot be controlled. To control the age of Aquarius, it also aims to strangle our right to know the real story of our past. The most important thing to recognize here is that evil forces are real, yet they cannot come into this world unless somebody conjures them. First, the age of Aquarius forms a trine to the age of Gemini, which means it will naturally foster enlightenment and leadership by sages. Second, the Aquarian energy is so androgynous that it will tend to balance male and female powers. Third, and most importantly, the great data convergence suggests that humanity is on the verge of being able to transmute the control forces that have been building for thousands of years. Sometimes I wonder if the end of the control program is what the end of the Mayan calendar is all about. The greatest challenge will be to bring the goddess back into our world without conjuring chthonic forces. She is best found in the love between people, in our communication with animals, in the eyes of children, and in the natural world around us. Feelings are the only way you can move yourself outside of linear space and time while you're in the body, since they are the access point for beings in other realities to communicate with you. Our bodies receive frequencies from 9 dimensions simultaneously when we are grounded in linear space and time. 3D. It is a model of the awakened human. The first dimension, 1D, is the iron core crystal in the center of Earth, which pulses 40 to 60 times per second, or 40 to 60 hertz. Now this pulse moves out in magnetic waves into the rocks, magma, and microbial essences that live in the area beneath the surface of Earth. The telluric elemental world, 2D. On Earth's surface, now these magnetic waves emerge to be charged by the electricity in the atmosphere, and they become electromagnetic fields that support all living beings. Person in 3D emotes thoughts and feelings that all weave together into the collective consciousness. The collective consciousness, 4D, emanates an etheric energy dome over the individual or groups and communities. We all participate in this group mind, which is not solid or physical, and it is palpable. This group mind is real but less dense than our bodies, and it is textured and colored by each person's sense of time and history. It is fluid and it changes as cultures and people evolve. The 4D emotional body is greatly shaped by events in 3D, such as events, staged to manipulate people. If one is unaware of the big game that is being played, events and quests incite people to take action, or they influence them to shut down. Meanwhile, any person can read this game and choose to work with 4D in a wide spectrum, which means accessing many realities. Through feelings. At present, humanity is grossly unbalanced and out of touch with the spiritual realm, the upper 5 dimensions, 5D to 9D. The lower dimensions are dense and charged with the most intense energy. The higher dimensions vibrate with progressively faster frequencies and are less dense. They translate down into our bodies with the 4D dome. Radical density differentials are the cause of the split between body and spirit. Yet, ironically, there is no split in someone who is emotionally clear. As the iron core pulses Earth, we in 3D vibrate with waves coming through the telluric realm, 2D. And by these waves, we take physical form by our soul's intention. Meanwhile, the pulses in the sky penetrate Earth by waves, such as gamma waves, which vibrate at a much higher frequency than 1D through 4D, and contain amazing intelligence coming in from cosmic worlds. These days, people resist the movement of creative energy through themselves because they are conditioned by religion to fear dark forces. Now, these forces are real, yet they're not a problem for people who have balanced emotions. People who clear inner psychological blocks form group alchemy, which supports all those who continue to struggle. I'm very optimistic about our future, but we are right in the middle of the most difficult passage as humanity faces the true depths of its inner pain. Disassociated archaic memory from old wounds come up, and some of it is bizarre. I believe we must all awaken and understand how these powerful influences and how these powers influence our reality. Otherwise, someone will always use them again to control humanity and influence people to engage in collective insanity. As we have seen, the global elite insidiously divide and conquer people and countries by conjuring the dark forces. Once divided, people think of themselves as victims or victimizers. Neighbor will kill neighbor. Brother will kill a brother. The elite cannot trigger people into fighting each other if people understand these forces within themselves. And there you have it. Awakening the planetary mind. Please do help out. It is easy. Simply like this video so more people can enjoy it. Share it too and spread the word. Do leave a comment and share your thoughts. Subscribe to my channel and stay up to date. And the link to this book is in the description below, so buy it and read. Never stop learning, especially learning about yourself and nature. So gift yourself by taking the free human needs test on my website and find out what actually motivates you. What innate human need is driving all of your decisions and your behavior. And if you feel you are ready to improve your self-awareness, social awareness, self-management, and relationship management even further, do check out my Master of Life Awareness program. The links are in the description below. Thank you. Love and respect.